Let's lock in. Should Moses Itauma attempt to break Mike Tyson's record or wait until Usyk retires? So Moses Itauma is 19 years old, and Mike Tyson is the youngest heavyweight champion in the history of the sport of boxing, and he accomplished that at the age of 20. Now, there's a lot of buzz about Moses Itauma, especially after his first round knockout that he had over McKean. And it's not just about the fact that he knocked out McKean in the first round, because no one thinks McKean is, a world beater, but he gave Philip Hergovich a decent fight, and Moses Itauma just smoked him out. So people are saying like Moses at the age of 19 may be ready to fight for a title and break Mike Tyson's record as the youngest heavyweight champion of the world. Now, I'm going to discuss should he attempt to break the record, but first I want you to hear what he says, and then we'll discuss it. Now, the first video we're going to take a look at is from Box Nation. Subscribe to Box Nation. Let's listen to what he had to say.
He, of course, went 12 with Hergovich, so you made a statement to world boxing. Your manager, Francis, just told me he'd happily take the Hergovich fight next. That's the level you're at right now, 19 years old.
That's right, innit?
Do you welcome that? Do you welcome that? Do you welcome that sort of name next?
Yeah, 100%. Why not? Why not?
Moses, I've got to ask you, what did you make of the main event and the scorecard?
Now, they said Philip Hergovich next. Would you take that fight? He said, why not? Personally, I think Philip Hergovich next. I think that's a good fight. Now, it's a risky fight because Philip Hergovich did lose to Daniel Dubois. He's coming off the loss to Daniel Dubois. But he's a good fighter, and he's going to test Moses, at least you would think. And sometimes when you throw a fighter up before they're ready, judging one fighter on their last performance and they're out for redemption, it could be a bad decision. But we won't know unless we see it. Now, this is a montage, but what you'll see is just watch what Moses says during this montage.
And then the other two gave him 1 round each from 6 onward. What fight are they watching?
Woohoo! My brother just said that. What he said next year, Moses Itauma v. Yeah.
I wish he was like
Itauma v. Usyk next year. You heard what he just said. Should he fight Usyk? Should he want the Usyk fight next year? So here's the kicker. He would need to do it by April in order to become the youngest heavyweight champion in the world. So if he wants to break Mike Tyson's record, Moses would need to fight for a heavyweight title by April. You have Daniel Dubois fighting in February, which would be too quick of a turnaround unless he sparks out Joseph Parker in the first round for him to fight Moses, which only leaves Usyk. And I don't think that he's ready for Usyk. And I don't think that if he fought Usyk, he'd win. So to me, I don't think that it's going to happen. But if you wanted to attempt to make it happen, it is a good public gimmick, right? Like, if you made Usyk versus Moses and it was for Moses to attempt to become the youngest heavyweight champion ever to break Mike Tyson's record, that is a hell of a selling point. Like, that is a great, great selling point. If that's what you were really trying to do. But I don't see where Daniel Dubois can come in as an opponent unless Daniel Dubois wins in a fashion that would allow him to have a short turnaround and not seriously impact him during the fight. And Usyk is waiting for an opponent, so maybe it's a good stay busy fight for Usyk. You know, you just sell that gimmick like, hey, is Moses Itauma gonna be able to break Mike Tyson's record? He's attempting to become. Some losses don't hurt you in your career, and I feel like the losses that don't hurt you in your career are when you're young, like Moses, and you get the opportunity to face a legend. Sometimes it can be a great learning experience, like Canelo, Floyd Mayweather, I think was a great experience for Canelo to help him get better and learn throughout his career. and help him improve. Vasily Lomachenko lost to Orlando Salidos. You know, a lot of people don't talk about that, but I think that taught Vasily Lomachenko the difference between the amateurs and the pro game, because I felt like Orlando Salidos was using a lot of veteran pro tricks on Vasily Lomachenko, and he was just allowing it to happen. And he didn't understand, like, yo, this is the pro game, bro. You gotta fight back, and you gotta reciprocate some of these tactics if you want them to stop. But I think he learned from that, and he ended up going on to be better. And I think when you face someone like a legend like Usyk, and you're young like Moses, sometimes when you lose, again, it can be a lesson that allows you to go on and become a better fighter and have a much greater career. So Moses and his team, they're going to have to decide. Usyk clearly is going to want to take some time off, but as a gimmick, as a selling point, as you know, like Moses is a hell of a prospect right now. If you want to give him the opportunity to break Iron Mike Tyson's record, it's looking like it's going to have to be against Usyk, and maybe Usyk takes that fight and it's a stay busy fight. And what's the probability? Like, that fight could be big. But to me, he should wait until Usyk retires, because you can go for the attempt, but you know, unless he's willing to just take the fight to, of course you try to win, you do your best to win, but like, unless he's going in there like, this is I want to go to school, like I want to go to Ukrainian boxing school, I'm gonna try to win, but if I lose, I'm going to see what I can learn in there that would make me a better fighter later on. And just go in there with that. And if you go in there with the mindset like, I'm going to do my best to win, I'm going to give it my all and live with the results and move on, it may make him a better fighter later on. But personally, if I was in control of his career, I wouldn't try to break Mike Tyson's record. I would just move him along the right way, the way that I feel would make him a superstar later on. But to me, he's a great talent, and you know, I look forward to seeing his next fight. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Should he attempt to break the record? Would you want to see him fight Usyk to attempt to break Mike Tyson's record and become the youngest weight champion of the world? Please like, share, subscribe. If you like the video, it helps circulate the video and get it out. If you can't watch all the videos, you can listen to the podcast on all major streaming services. Cadence Kerfuffle, thank you for rocking with me. I'm out. Peace.